Here.
Hey,
Punky's back.
Punky's back.
I love my Punky. He's a jerk.
Aww.
But I love him. He's bloodthirsty. Hey, look who it is.
It's Barry from Premium Edition Games.
Yes.
Right over there.
Yes. Here. Oh.
Barry, I realized that Premium Edition Games has now been on 4 times on the channel.
That's true.
And that is a GoGameGo record.
All right.
And you do realize that the next time you'll be in the 5 Timers Club.
That's right.
Well, Steve Martin and Tom Hanks.
Try the Anthony Michael Hall. It's surprisingly good.
Thanks with us. Papa Pete's here.
Papa Pete.
Kurt's here. Was Blake here? Blake's here.
Yeah, Blake's here.
Salvatore's
here.
Salvatore. Kurt. Hello and welcome.
Blake says kitty kitty.
I'm barely getting in the shot here. There we go.
Yeah, I know. Do you want to reformat? Do you want to do the 3-panel thing like that?
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now
we get some more of my mess back here.
So we've got Blake on, or Blake. Blake's in chat.
Blake's
here, but Barry's on
to talk about Series 4, correct?
Yeah,
Series 4 already. It's amazing that we're there already.
Yeah. So what you're saying is this is the 4th time they've been on the show, and it's for Series 4.
Each series.
There's
Fantastic Four.
There's almost like a conspiracy going on, right?
So how many? Let's see. Are they on pre-order already? The game?
Yes. Yeah. So the games went up for pre-order on May 10th. So yesterday, actually. And
great timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. And they're good until June 10th is when the pre-orders close.
Okay, so you got a month.
You gotta go for the 4 week. We try and give people ample time.
How many games this?
This time it's only 2. We went back to 2. We don't want to like overload everybody, and we. Papa Pete likes that glass cabinet.
Yeah,
I agree.
My wife hates it. Unfortunately,
it's a thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's not here, so she's not going to understand it. She's not going to see this joke. Sorry.
But yeah, so we have 2 games this time, and we got Wonderling DX, which is this amazing puzzle platformer. Think Super Meat Boy, but auto running and done better than Super Meat Boy forever. Every level is expertly crafted, tons of hidden secrets, power ups, abilities. It's got that perfect one more time play where it's like, I got it next time. And then we got Rain in Your Parade, which is pretty much in the vein of like Untitled Goose Game, Katamari Damacy, where you get to play a cloud suspended by strings, and you get to wreak havoc in a bunch of different levels, doing different objectives. And then there's all these homages. There's a level based on Metal Gear Solid. There's a level based on Zelda. There's a level based on The Office. And it's like a bunch of different pop culture and other gaming references. And just, it's so much fun. And then both of these games are complete on cart. So Wonderling, we waited for the DX update. You're getting all the stages. And Rain Your Parade has paid DLC. Well, we're adding the paid DLC on the card. So when you buy it, you're getting the complete game.
Wow.
So I noticed I was pulling art for Wonderling DX. You can see it here to the left here view. There are mechs. I played the game a little bit last night. There's a demo out.
Yeah,
so I want to see what it's like. It's pretty fantastic. It's a lot of fun. But then I saw the mechs. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? This game changes quite a bit as you're.
No. So what happens is, as the story elements goes, you will change to different type of things to do boss fights. So the
Oh, very
Wonderling
cool.
gets turned into, in this case, it's a mech. You can turn into a dragon. You turn into a camel. You turn into a bunch of different things for the boss fights. But otherwise, you were, the Wonderling walking around. And as you mentioned, there's a demo, and we urge everybody, if you're like, I'm not sure about this game, play the demo. It's free. Give it a shot. We fell in love with it. We think you will too.
Fantastic.
Like I said, I was playing it last night and having a lot of fun. I'm not sure how long it is. I think I was at level like 12 or 13, somewhere around there, and it was still going on. So
yeah,
there's still some more demo to play.
Each world is 15 levels, but then you'll occasionally find green portals at the end of levels if you find the hidden exit, and that leads to bonus, more challenging levels. And then there's also gold levels that are even more challenging than the green. So there's a lot of content, a lot of stuff for.
It seemed like there's a lot of hidden stuff in this game as I was playing.
Yes.
And so you're constantly running.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed when I was doing it, there was some treasure chests that I saw, but I wasn't quite sure how to get to, and I was just found the path. So I was just learning the game. So I was like, well, obviously this game's meant to be played a few times on to find all the secrets, which is stuff I like. I like that.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll see a treasure chest and be like, oh, and the key is, how do I get there? Because, if it was a normal platformer, you just jump to it or whatever. But now it's like you have to make sure you're going the correct direction. And sometimes that involves you going to the very end of the stage and instead of exiting, hitting off the wall and running all the way back. And there's another element to it, which are the yellow flowers. And if every time you collect them, if you die, they're now bloomed, so you know which ones you've collected or not. So if you want to try and collect them all for 100%, as long as you've touched them in one try, you're good. You don't have to do perfectly. But if you go for a certain amount of period without touching any flowers, a little yellow heart will appear and it'll start draining down. And if it drains to nothing, you die. So sometimes the key is to purposely not touch the flowers, so like when you come back, you have something to hit to replenish your energy. So there's an added level of puzzle there.
Very cool. Who makes that game, Barry?
That is Bitwave.
Bitwave.
Yeah.
Have they done other games, or is this their first?
I think this is their first. They were under another name prior to, but they rebranded themselves as Bitwave with Wonderling DX. And
it's a pretty impressive first game effort there.
Oh, it's great. The very comedic writing. It was written by one of the completionist's best friends. Wrote the game. So if you ever watch his channel, and you'll enjoy his content, a lot of that stuff is actually here. So it's cool. And in nature, if you collect everything, you do get the completionist beard as a reward to put on your Wonderling.
Oh, that's the other thing. As I was getting treasure chests, there's accessories or clothing. And so every time you get it, I was putting something else on.
Yeah.
And I love that. There's a really rare game on the Dreamcast. It's a Japanese game called Lost Golem. And while it didn't have things you collected and you could put on yourself, the further you got, you played as a golem. The further you got, they kept adding stuff to you. Like they might put a flower on your head. So it's kind of cool. So as you're playing later levels, you can tell exactly where someone is based on how their golem looks, because it keeps changing. So I always like the idea of you can keep changing your character.
Yeah, you can customize it however you want, which is always fun. And it's a game that families can play. It's the hardcore can go for 100%, and that's going to take you a while. And the casual could go and just have some fun and complete the base levels, and kids can enjoy it, and adults can enjoy it. So it's a really good overall, fun time.
That's always been my favorite, when the game is accessible enough that you can beat it, but then there's plenty of stuff to go after that really becomes difficult.
Oh yeah.
So
like
it's kind of like the last Kirby game where
yes,
I'm guessing most people can beat it, but if you really want to get everything, then it's going to take a lot more skill.
Yeah,
it's going to be much more difficult.
The gold levels are so difficult that you can't even go to them until you beat the game. Like they're locked.
That's really cool.
Talking about the heat.
Yeah, it's hot.
It is hot.
Oh my gosh,
it's nasty.
It's comfortable here.
What part of the country are you in, Barry?
I'm in Jersey, so it's comfortable here.
Yeah,
it is in 74 right now. It's nice.
That's so
I'll bring this up here. I always love bringing up your website. It's a lot of great artwork out here. I love all of it, and And look at this
Yeah,
collectible dog tag set.
So
Wow,
something
what is
we
this?
did, something we did with Series 3 is we did a pre-order bonus where everyone, when they get their Series 3 pre-orders, you're going to get a dog tag for each respected game. It's our way of saying thank you. It's a free bonus. Series 4 has the same thing. So if you purchase any of our games, this is exclusive to our webpage, but if you go to premiumeditiongames.com and order either of these games during the pre-order window, we will get you a dog tag for free.
Nice.
So we said let's release some of our older dog tags as well. So we do have a dog tag set that you can go ahead and wear them all, which is cool. And that's something
How many editions of the game of both games do you have this time, Barry?
Just the standard and the retro. There's no deluxes this time, so it's just the two. And there will be a Gamers for Gamers variant down the road for each of these games as well. But that's a while away.
So here's the Rain on Your Parade, the retro edition.
The retro.
So tell us about this game. I do remember someone on Twitter, was it a year ago or something? I remember they were playing this game. They're saying how much they liked it.
There's Dwight.
There's Dwight. True. Yeah, right there's Dwight. From the Office level. So Rain Your Parade, it's just this hilarious game where you get to, like I said, you be the cloud. Every level you're given objectives. And for example, you could get a diner and you have to like cause havoc in the kitchen. You have to, put something gross in people's water, maybe entrap someone in the dark. And it's open-ended. So now how do I do this? And you have to figure it out. And like, oh, well, you have to connect electricity by using water puddles to connect electricity to get the blender that's in the kitchen to go haywire and start shooting potatoes everywhere. And then, to trap someone in the dark, you have to wait for someone to actually go to the bathroom. And then you electrocute, you put water on the power and you electrocute so the power goes off. So they're trapped in the bathroom in the dark. And then you go and find like a mop bucket and you take that water, you fill your cloud with the mop bucket water and you start going around and filling everyone's cups on the table. So they're drinking mop water. Like it's crazy stuff like that. And it's like, that's just one small level. And this game's tons of different levels, tons of different themes.
So like you said, it's very similar to, or at least that part is similar to Untitled Goose Game.
Yes, it is. And like you could fill up the cloud with different types of liquids, and you also, it's more than just raining. You get lightning bolts, you get tornadoes, you get a bunch of fun stuff, and it's really crazy what you can do. And you can also, like Wonderling, you can get, for completing levels, you can get different accessories, different hats or eye patches or glasses or whatever. And then you could also, the face is a default face, but you could draw your own cloud face as well, which is really cool. And every level is so unique, well crafted, and there's puzzle elements.
It's crazy. It's got this corrugated edging.
Yeah, the whole thing, it's like crafted. Like the cloud is suspended by strings. It's like a cardboard cloud you play.
That is crazy cool.
Kind of like the last Yoshi game.
Yeah, exactly. It's got that artistic style. It's not like uber realistic or anything like that. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be, just a fun mess around. Kids love it. Adults love it. It's just one of those, like when you play and you just start to fall in love with it and you see the love that's put into the game. And, we haven't even had a chance to even play the DLC. The DLC is just so, just adds so many new elements to it. And we're like, oh, we'll get to that later on. Because we never got codes, but we wanted to make sure it was on the game. The base game alone is so good. Yeah, I love that art. That
is great.
So good.
I can't stop looking at Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight. Well, there's a lot of game references that are on there, and that's just it. There's a lot of different. There's a Doom level. There's a Silent Hill level. There's a bunch of different fun game references that are put there. Unbound
Creations.
Yeah, they did a phenomenal job.
Wow.
And a lot of people, it's one of the things we're noticing because there's a lot of games coming out in the eShop, right? There's a lot of games that get buried. A lot of these things, it's people never heard of. And it's like, we fell in love with it and we think you will too.
Welcome, Kevin Wallace here.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin.
Some games. How about that?
Yeah, thank you very much, Kevin. We're not worthy of such praise, but thank you very much.
Well, and I know, your cohort, Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah. is, there's so much great information that gets put out about these games. Your website is full of stuff. You can read up on the game.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch videos. All this stuff
the trailer's
is
right
available out there. So
yeah,
that's the one thing they do is they treat you to a lot of understanding and information.
Yeah, like if you play the trailer, I don't know if you'll play through that. You could see a lot of different motion.
I'll step back. Yeah.
Like seeing the screenshots, it's like, all right, those look cool, but like when you really see it in motion, it's like a whole different game. Like it's a whole different, like, just to see. And the first level, that's the first level. You get to rain on someone's wedding day, which is, it's perfect. It's the absolute perfect thing you can do, and you just create havoc, and it's just so much fun. Oh, the video season. You have a whole hub world. You get different ranking for every level, so you can 100% it. When you beat it, you do get like extra objectives to do, which is just, there's so much to this game.
Wow.
And all the objectives are different. There you got snow.
Okay, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but that's hilarious.
There's a Metal Gear Solid little reference. You got all these crazy antics. Again, it's not just rain. It's just one of those things where you really can do so much with it. And we, especially at the DLC adds like miniature golf. You got miniature golf and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. This is the DLC trailer that's playing now. So all this stuff is added, a shmup section. You just have all these extra things, and we wanted to make sure that the entire game is there on the card. There's the miniature
look at
golf,
that.
right? Like, so there's a lot. It's one of those things where everyone should give this a shot, especially if you love Katamari. There's the shmup. Look at that.
There's the shmup stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. If you love Katamari Damacy, if you love Untitled Goose Games, if you love quirky games like that, you really owe it to yourself. Fun. Yeah, you owe it to yourself to give this a try. Like, we've absolutely fell in love with this game, and
wow. That's cool.
There's a reason for it. It's just one of those things where we stand behind it. We love it.
Trailer Park Boys. There's a Trailer Park Boys theme level.
You know what? You'll have to try, Pete. You got to play it. You got to play
it. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to try to get into this one.
Howdy, HTK. So yeah, Wonderling. That's the retro box for Wonderling, which is a Super Nintendo style. I love that artwork.
That is fantastic.
So good.
Yeah. That's classic. Takes me right back. One of my students, or not directly one of my students, but one of the students I saw today had their Nintendo 64 shirt on today.
Nice.
So this takes me back to I know that's a different one, but
these are all the same size. The SNES and the N64 are the exact same size box.
Yeah,
so it is an N64 box. It's just modeled after Super Nintendo because it's a 16-bit style game.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I love that artwork. It's just it pops.
Wow. So here's some some shots.
That's what comes with it.
So you have the slipcase. The retail game is in there.
Mm-hmm.
With CD soundtracks available too, huh?
Yep.
Did you get when you get the retro edition?
When you get the retro edition. Yeah, you get the enamel pin.
Yeah.
What's interesting about the vinyl sticker set? Those are like fathead stickers, so they're reusable. And the inside artwork to the retail game, it's just going to be a scene, and you can kind of make your own little Wonderling scene, and then you could make your own custom cover.
Oh, that's great.
So we figured we'd do something cool, and of course the challenge card is there. We got to have our challenges.
That's it.
And the full color manual, and there's the dog tag. That is the pre-order bonus. That's the Wonderling dog tag.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah, and Wonderling is just an absolute blast of a game. Like, if you like puzzle platformers and you haven't played Wonderling yet, try the demo. And if you like it, hopefully you want to pick up either the standard or the retro. The retros are limited to 500 copies only. So when they sell out, they sell out.
Wow.
On the webpage. The standards are open pre-order, so you're guaranteed to get a standard as long as you're storing the pre-order window. You want to make sure everyone gets a shot.
So this is available for a month, correct?
For a month, yeah.
June 10th. Okay.
Yeah, we figured it was easy to go, 10th to 10th. Like it's easy to remember. You can see some of these levels get crazy.
I love it. The art is amazing.
Up there's the camo I was talking about. There's the camo boss. You get turned into a camo.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean it's so cool to see, the style of games that we I'd say grew up on, but I didn't grow up on this. When I was a big kid, I grew up on this style of game, but to see what the colors you can put in them now, the extra detail you can put in them.
Oh yeah, this wouldn't run on a Super Nintendo. Like this is a lot of added colors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And there's different like platforms. Like those purple ones are like accelerator pads in a certain direction, and then those are shoot. Like when you hit them, they'll launch yourself to the left. Yeah.
Kind of like the barrels in Donkey Kong.
Well, that's what the purple ones on top are. Those mouths. Those are barrels.
Oh, but these here.
Those are like boost platforms.
Gotcha.
So you could see the Wonderling is boosting off of the one accelerated rate. So there's all these there's like lava you can run on or ice, but you can't jump. So there's like that added element of, now you took away my basic thing of jumping while I'm on these platforms. Like these, you could do wall jumps, and these walls here, you can't wall jump off of. So the standard walls you can, but where there's those extra platforms, you can't. So how do I get there? You have to figure out a way to wall jump and get up there without hitting those walls.
Wow.
So it adds some levels and challenges. They give you abilities, and they're like, oh no, we're gonna make it a little more challenging. So those are your little customizable.
Oh, look, it's a Viking stew.
There's Viking stew right there.
Yeah, the stuff I love that you can customize. Hey, look, the guy's got 3D glasses. I always like to. I'll put those on if I can get them.
Yeah, and Punky's here. My cat's in the game too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Lance is here.
Hello, Lance. Yeah, it's just so much fun. There's the pin.
Yeah. Wow.
And the soundtrack. CD.
Soundtrack, yeah. Gotta love the soundtracks. I mean, that's just. I love the music for different things. Just for listening. If you're doing housework, or I love to have some awesome, exciting music to propel me through bike rides too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do both games, Barry, have the pretty much identical offerings?
No, they're two very different. When we do the retro editions, we ask the developers what they want.
Ooh.
So the developers actually get to pick what they want. Yeah, now you get to see some Wonderling in motion. See, like I said, the Donkey Kong barrels, and you get boosts. There's the camel.
The carrot.
The carrot is like Mario. He's the hero of the story, but you're out to get him because you're a bad guy.
Please, your evil master. You're the weakest. That's great.
Yeah. It's pretty much like if Bowser told a Goomba, "You got to stop Mario." Well, that's what this is. You are the equivalent of a Goomba, and Goombas just go back and forth. You're a Goomba going after Mario, pretty much. But they obviously can't use the Mario license, so they created their own characters.
It's almost biblical. So you stutter? Okay, I want you to lead all these people.
Pretty much. Exactly.
Well,
so you get a bunch of you're showing different exits, different items. Those are the flowers I was talking about. You're trying to collect them all.
There's the carrot.
Yep. Then there's the mech.
That is great artwork. I love that.
Oh yeah, the art in this game is the 3D glasses are there.
How big of a studio was it, or is this?
That was a small studio, but they did a amazing job. Like I said, they released this a while ago. Yeah, we've had this game signed for a while, but they added to it.
I've never heard of Wonderling until I saw you announce it.
And that's the problem. A lot of things are like that. A lot of games went last series. No one heard of Phenotopia Awakening, and
yeah.
I hadn't either until we had you guys on the show.
Yeah, you guys had a massive rollout on that one.
Yeah, so we're doing that again. We're giving attention to games that we love, and you know what? I think you're going to see something similar come Series 5. You're going to see some games you may say, "Oh, I've never seen this before," or Series 6 or Series 7. Be like, "I've never heard of this," and that's the idea. Is every game for everybody? No, but there's just so many great games out there. Oh,
Hey.
hello, Electronic Emotions.
So get out there and check out the videos, check out everything that's available still.
Yeah.
Definitely get out there and check these out so you can get started now.
Yeah,
I want to order those.
They came out really good.
Do you have anything left from Series 1 through 3?
Yeah, so we do have, it's a great question. We do have, for Series 1, we have Pigeon Dev Games Collection. We are sold out of Super Blood Hockey. For Series 2, they're not on the website right now. The reason they're not on the website right now is we learned not to put old stuff up with the new, because then you're stuck waiting till the new come out. And there are people right now that still don't have Super Blood Hockey because they ordered it with Robot Deluxe. So we're like, we don't want to do that anymore. So after this ends, we're going to have a second chance sale for everything that we have. So Pigeon Dev Games Collection, we still have some copies. We might have a few copies left of Demon's Tier. We have the Robot Named Fight Deluxes. Those just came in, so we'll have a few copies of those to go up.
Okay.
And we'll have all series. I think we'll definitely have Cathedral and Phoenotopia Standards, Mighty Fight both. We might have some retro Cathedral and Phoenotopia. I'd have to check. We might. So all of those will go up as a second chance sale after Series 4 goes down. So these will go live then.
Is there a way that in between these times, like right now, in between your fourth show here with us and you're becoming a 5-timers clubber, is there a way that folks can keep tight with you guys about that kind of stuff when it's going to be available?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we have a lot of ways. We pride ourselves on transparency.
Yeah.
So what we do is, one, on the web page, if you go to the main page and you scroll all the way down, so if you click the main page and scroll all the way down, you'll see, once he goes all the way down, I'll wait for Stu. I don't want to get ahead.
Give me a second.
There. You could subscribe to our newsletter. So if you put in your email address, you're going to get newsletter right there, right to your inbox. That's first. Second, obviously, our social media platforms. We got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Those will all be updated continuously. Discord. You join our Discord, we post updates in there as well. We do also have a text number that you could text if you want text alerts for premium edition news. And then, if all else fails, if you're not, first off, you should be on some of these, but if you're on these and you just haven't seen anything, or you forgot, you could always email us at support@premiumeditiongames.com, and we'll answer you as well. And we try our best to communicate when everything goes live, and that's all there for you. And that's the biggest thing I said. The newsletter is the number one because it comes. You don't have to actively go looking for it. You may follow on Twitter, but you don't. Have if you don't have alerts notified, then you might be lost in your feed. Same with Facebook. But with the newsletter, at least it comes right to you. Hey, jokester. And that's the best. But we do have all these avenues, and if you do follow us on Twitter, notifications on, that's great. We alert everywhere when we do.
We have premium edition blogs on here.
Yep.
So you can check those out. There's so much information on this website. It's so good. You guys are. I praise you guys on all that stuff all the time because it's.
We try, and we like, one thing I want to put on the webpage that's not there is the fact that the second chance sale will happen. We've been telling people next month, but we're going to put it on their webpage and just let people know because not everybody's aware. Oh, and that's another way. The Premium Playcast, Jeff and I, we do our own podcast, and we'll do updates at the start of every episode. We'll do a start and we'll do an update for everybody. And if you say, I don't have time to listen to, a full podcast, you're welcome to just click it and listen to the first, 10, 20 minutes for updates. And then.
Hey, wait, Stuart, go up.
Yes, sir.
That little guy on top of your logo.
Yeah.
Do you have any connection with them as far as making it physical?
Checo. No, we talked about the latest game on that episode. Because that's what we do on the premium playcast. We'll also play a game of the episode, and that was one of the games we played. So
because that's the runner game, isn't it?
yeah, where he's on the skateboard.
Can't remember the guy's name. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's a couple of Checo games.
So you guys also sell Jeff's books, right?
Yes. So Switch Collector 1 and 2 just came out, and they're shipped and are shipping, and we'll have more copies on the webpage soon.
So my mom, who is usually here, but she's not, she actually ordered 1 and 2. And she
nice.
Got them both. My sister as well.
There they are.
Now I ordered on the last time. I ordered number 1 because I think that was like may have been the final, or it was the second print, I guess. I don't know if that's
second print.
Second print. Will you be doing a second print of volume 2?
Most likely down the road, but we haven't really sat and discussed that yet.
I still need to get that, Barry. So I need you to do a second.
Get to. I'll poke Jeff and see if we have any left. Because we do hold back some just in case of damages and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, let me know.
We do.
Is Jeff? Is he planning on just keep going with this?
Yeah. So volume 1 is the first year of the Switch, the full first year. Volume 2 is actually only the first 6 months of year 2. And it's a bigger book than volume 1.
Oh,
it's a bigger book.
Like volume,
what's going to happen? Each of these books have, write-ups on the games and all this stuff. What's most likely going to happen, volume 3, which is the second half of year 2 and onwards, the write-ups will disappear, and it'll be more akin to like that. Those are like Asian games that are, were also released. It's going to be more akin to, just here's all the games, like a giant checklist with pictures and just genre and stuff. Because in order to write a review for every single game, he calculated like it would be 16 years or something like that before he was even remotely close to what we have now at this point. Like it's so long, and that's doing premium. So most likely it's going to be trimmed down going forward, unfortunately, but it's a lot of work. Jeff does a lot of work. And
yeah, he is a madman.
He is.
Papa Pete wants to know about Retro Bowl. Have you looked into that ever?
I have not looked into Retro Bowl, but it's always something we can.
Yeah, I streamed that game, and I know Stuart got it and Pete got it. It's just a little football game that's a ton of fun.
You know what it is? There's so many great games out there, and we move slowly. We don't do a lot of games. We do 2 games, maybe 3 a series, and we do a series every couple months or whatever. So there's only so many spots we have, and right now 2022 is full. Like we are still signing games, but we're signing them into 2023 at this point.
So I guess maybe I don't know if I've asked you this necessarily before, but because you guys were kind of just getting rolling and whatnot, now you're on this 4th, heading for your 5th.
Mm-hmm.
And are things continuing to grow for you guys?
Yeah, we have seen the amount of attention we had from Series 1 grow to Series 2, grow to Series 3, grow to Series 4. We've seen it continuous. As more people know who we are, they know we're legit. I mean, like when we first came on the scene, unfortunately, the community had been burned by other companies. Companies that made promises. Those games never came out, and in some cases, we lost money, myself included. So we didn't want that. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, is this legit or not?"
Yeah.
So once they started getting in their hands, and that's one of the things we did when we came out onto the scene, is people immediately commented about our editions. They're like, "Oh, these are really good. These are well done editions. These are raising the bar."
Yeah.
And we took that and we said, that's not good enough. So we've actually raised the bar again. Our slipcovers, our manuals, they've all been upgraded. And we've upgraded, and we were going to upgrade just with Series 4 onwards, but we actually decided, let's spend a little extra money and let's do Series 3 as well, since Series 3 was in production at the time. So when you get Series 3, you're going to get that upgraded slipcover and the upgraded manual, and it's significantly thicker. Like if you look at Series 1 and 2 and then you look at Series 3 when it comes, you will notice a difference. It's night and day, the quality upgrade. And we want to continuously do things like that. We want to just always upgrade. And that's something we also did with the Gamers for Gamers variants that we're doing with charity. And we did Demon's Tier, which we launched as one of our Series 2 titles. And that came with the higher quality slipcover and manual. And people were just commenting, like, oh my God, this is beautiful. You know, and just wait till you see Series 3 and Series 4. Like they're all getting that treatment.
Wow. Have you do you have some new artists that you guys have worked with that you'd like to mention? Throw a shout outs.
We have a lot of different artists and designers that some work on some projects and some on others. We did just pull in a new member to join us. Tristan joined us, and he's an amazing designer. And yeah, you know, he's already hard at work on Series 5, and and he's also been hard at work on the Classic Series, which is something we've also announced, which is actually happening before Series 5 comes out. That's going to be its own series.
Wow.
Now, did you get a chance to watch the Direct and see the Classic Series?
I haven't.
Let's see. I watched part of it late last night, and then I did not. I don't think I saw that part.
Let me see if I can pull it up here.
It's in the Direct.
CM Retro, what's going on?
Hey, CM Retro. Oh yeah, the Classic Series is big.
Joker's going to do an unboxing when he gets his
good. Well, that's while Stu looks. That's one of the things we do is we do the unboxing patches. So when you do get your copies in, make sure to make an unboxing video, share it on social media, tag us, and then most importantly, after that, send us an email with a link to your post, with your order number, with your address, and we will get you an unboxing patch. And each series has their own unboxing patch. Classic Series will have its own as well. And then of course the challenges. So that's something else we really want to do. We want to just.
Oh yeah, this the one that came out 2 days ago?
It might have. It's not up for sale, but there's a video probably up on the YouTube. If not, it's in the Direct.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what I'm looking at all the Direct things. There's one from 2 days ago. Seemingly. Oh, I don't know. I was just looking up some other interesting, or I bumped into an interesting article.
Oh no, if you go to the Direct, I'll tell you the timestamp.
Okay.
I will tell you where to go in this Direct.
He's going to tell me where to go.
I'm going to tell you where to go.
I'll tell you right where to go, mister.
You are going to go right to... All right, so go to 1526.
1526.
1526 in the Direct. And that will get you the Premium Edition Classic Series.
Okay. Doop. Go ahead and discuss while I'm getting there.
So we wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something that no one else is doing. Hey, Nerd Crave. And we really wanted to do something special because, you know, we're in this community. You know, we built a company from the community, and Jeff, you know, has written so many books on like the aftermarket games because, you know, systems when they officially die or end life, they don't really die. There's so many games that come out after the official, you know, owners stop. You know, like even the Vita had a bunch of games after Sony stopped. But the NES is still getting games. The Game Boy is still getting games. The Super Nintendo, the Genesis, they're all still getting games because there's such a love for these systems. And obviously none of these games are official. A lot of them are getting physical, you know, like actual cart releases. Most of them are just ROMs, but they're built to work on the original hardware, which is kind of cool because you have to work within the limitations. You can't use a lot of the special stuff that you can do right now. So we wanted to really honor those developers that are doing that. And we said, hey, your dream was to make a game for Nintendo, but your game on Nintendo is not officially licensed because it's done afterwards. I never had a Wii U. Wii U is great. I love the Wii U.
I got a ton of games for it. I like that system.
Are you still having problems too?
Yeah, I always
up on
do.
the webpage.
I always do. It's this
You had
week.
it up on the webpage. Intellivision's still getting games. Exactly. There's so much love for these classic consoles.
Yeah,
so we said to these developers, you really want to be on Nintendo, but you want to be officially licensed. Well, we're making their dream come true by getting them on Nintendo officially licensed. And we're not doing, on the original hardware, but we are doing it on the current hardware. And we wanted to do some real special package.
All right, Barry, I made it all the way to 13 and a half minutes. Where did you say? That's where I left off on it.
15:25.
15:25.
You were close.
I was almost there.
You were almost there. Yeah, Stu had the webpage up with the Direct. He started playing the Direct, actually.
That's what it was. Okay, I'm sorry.
You had the webpage. The Direct is right there.
Hold on.
Thank you. There you go. Jeff's got it.
15:25.
Go back. There you go. You can just start playing. We just talk a little bit here during this part, but yeah, this is something we were so happy to be able to bring to people, because it's just one of those fun things where we were able to talk to these developers and make their dreams come true about getting their games on the Switch, officially licensed on Nintendo hardware. These are 10 great aftermarket homebrew titles that do play on the NES, but now they're on the Switch in one cart.
We got is that B-Bliss 2?
Yep, we got the whole thing. So it's 10 games, and the physical cart actually does have some bonus games too.
So wait, is this Switch or is this NES?
This is Switch.
Oh, okay.
We ported this. We have a porter on the team, Christopher Arnold, who's amazing, and we have these games ported onto one cart. So, we're gonna be able to bring these games to the Switch, and this is only Volume 1. So that's the fun. Yeah. So this is something cool. It's gonna be its own series. So it's not Series 5, it's not Series 4. It is Classic Series. It's its own thing. And
is it just the just like a standard box and?
Well, we're also gonna have a retro version as well that we're gonna show off later. So we're gonna have both. It's getting the full treatment, and it's gonna be one application with all these games in it. And these are very talented developers, and it's really we're so happy and proud to be able to do this.
This is stuff I love. I love getting games like this.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, all these games run on the NES, so these are you're not going to see those tricks. These are all graphical. They will be running on the NES, but you'll be able to play it right on your Switch, which is great. So portable or docked.
Yeah, I agree, Pete. This is a must buy.
Oh, absolutely. We are so thrilled about this title, because there's so many great titles out there in the community, and the aftermarket homebrew community is in love with this idea, because now developers like, I have a chance to get my games on the Switch. Like that's so cool, and that's what we're doing. And
B-Bliss 2. That's a John Riggs game, right? Isn't he the one who got that going? And had people work on it.
Exactly. So that is we're happy to have that. We're happy to have his title there. All these are done by incredibly talented developers, and it's something no one's doing. No one's doing. The aftermarket scene is just that. It's an aftermarket. If you don't play original hardware, if you're not in the know, these are games the average consumer would never touch. They would never even know about. So now we want to bring that to the forefront and make it part of the official Switch library, because this is a Wii official ESRB rated Switch game.
So it's so the pre-orders go up this summer sometime.
Yep, summer 2022. We haven't figured out a date yet, so we haven't announced a date yet. But it will be between Series 4 and 5.
Okay, so you think this will be released this year?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is Series 5 gonna be start like at least pre-orders this year, or is that next year?
Yeah. No, Series 5 will be this year.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So, at least according to the schedule, unless something happens out of our control, Series 5 will also be this year, later this year. But after this, again, so when we do the Classic Series, it's going to be another month. We're going to do the same 4-week pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
We want everybody to have that option. And one of the cool things we did then, speaking of Series 5, is we teased the Series 5 game, which neither of you got to see because the Stu didn't watch the Direct and Jeff gave up after a certain amount of time.
I didn't give up. I had to go.
I had to go.
I had to go. I can't come back to a video. I hit pause and it just incapable of hitting play.
Isn't that the way it goes? Sometimes you're like, oh wait, I didn't get back to that.
Well, the beautiful thing about YouTube is they kind of leave you with the spot to let you know where you played.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Jeffrey Black Box Challenge would make that would be interesting. I will say Jeff does have a bonus game thrown in there. But now you'll see this is our Series 5 tease, and we're super thrilled about. We are super thrilled that we were able to do this Series 5 tease. This we're so excited. This is a game very near and dear, and just
it's gorgeous.
Over the moon that we get to do this.
Man, I don't recognize this game. Jeez, look at that.
Yeah, we're getting the enhanced edition of Raji, an ancient epic, will be coming to Series 5.
Very cool. Wow.
Yes, it's a beautiful game. It's like an isometric, has God of War elements, but it tells a beautiful story. It's like pretty much done in Indian culture, and it's done by Indians, so it has that authenticity to it. It's got the music. It's all Indian music. It's beautiful. And one of the things in the enhanced edition is they're actually translating the whole game into Indian, so you'll be able to have a bunch of different language options. Like it is, they have the whole enhanced graphics and updated gameplay as well. But it's just
wow.
It's a game that was shown off at an indie direct, an indie world, much like we had earlier today, and stole the show. And we were shocked that it wasn't signed. So we're like we were back and forth with them for a long time, making sure that everything would go out, and we're so proud to be able to do that for Series 5. So that's a tease. That's just one game of Series 5. So there's more, and that's coming down the road. So we have a lot that we're super excited about in the future, and we have a lot that we're super excited about right now with Wonderling and Rain on Your Parade.
Man, what's one of the games that you've so actually you guys have been together and doing this now for how many years?
Over 2 years at this point.
Wow, over 2 years.
We launched to the public, I think it was in August, but we were August of 2020. But we were together prior to that. Just no one knew about us. So we've been together for about 2 years now.
Wow. Take my money.
Take your money, Papa Pete. All right, we definitely we appreciate your support, Papa.
I think Jeff and Peter are in the same boat. I think if I know Jeff well enough, I'm like, man.
Is that 10-in-1 cart? Is that I know he says the first of them. Is that something you plan on doing between each series, or just every so often between series?
We haven't set a set schedule yet. It's going to be a play by ear, but there's a lot of aftermarket games. Waiting for Super Blood Golf, maybe down the road. It's something that we want to do. It's going to be its own thing. So when we do Volume 2, it's going to be its own thing in between two other series. So when Volume 2 drops, we don't have a plan yet. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. I will say that we are working behind the scenes on Volume 2 stuff, but to 1 per series, but now I have 3 more again.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's why we go slowly, though. I mean, if you pick up Wonderling and Rain Your Parade today, you have, the rest of till June when nothing else is going up, and then in the end, the second half of June, we're gonna have second chance sales. So if you already have series 1, 2, and 3, you don't have anything to worry about. So maybe July, August, maybe you'll see the classic series. It's enough time to budget. It's
Yeah.
not too much. It's not like we're throwing stuff at you. We're giving you plenty of time.
It's not like we're Kiss.
Yeah. Yeah, we understand that not everybody can get everything, and we understand that gaming is a luxury, and not everybody can afford every game. That's totally understandable. But that's why we go slowly. Not only that, but we also don't want any of our developers to feel like, oh yeah, let's screw Wonderling and Rain Your Parade. Let's talk about the classic series
Right.
only. Like no.
Right.
We want absolutely everyone to get their month to shine. We want
Yeah.
their time to shine, and then of course that time doesn't even end when the pre-orders close, because the second chance sale gets an extra shine. When people start doing the challenge patches, they get more attention. And our objective is to really bring. Well, now I want Phoenotopia Retro when it gets a late release in the NES one and Raji and Rainy Day. And damn you
Pete, I'm right with you on all those games. We're thinking alike right now.
Yeah, that Raji game, that one's got me.
It's beautiful. Love it.
I dig those, man.
It's one of those things where we want the developers to really have their time to shine too, because we're here, we're promoting, we're doing the physical packaging and all that stuff, but really what we're doing, in reality, is we're pretty much wrapping a gift box and saying here, because the real present is inside. The real present are the games themselves. And I wish I could say I could code this stuff, but I don't. This is Unbound Creations, this is Bitwave, the Nodding Head for Raji, and all the talented developers in the classic series. This is their project. This is we're just putting the pretty little ribbon on it and doing an awesome package for them and for you, because they're the real stars, and we want to do them right. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, and we want to make sure they get the attention they deserve.
But you guys definitely do that. I mean, that's for sure. And of course, the one thing I always, one of the other things I always love to praise is just like we were talking about the artists earlier, and the different people that you work with, and how you switch it up a little bit here and there, and you got different artists working on different things to keep it exciting. Sometimes you have multiple artists on a project to keep that even collectible and fun. Because we are collectors after all.
We are. We want to make sure every piece has different art. And sometimes the art is all in-house. Like when we sign a game, the developers will give us the art they have. And if they have enough art to use, we will utilize what they already had commissioned, what they already had done. But the developers have to sign off on everything before it even gets submitted to Nintendo. The developers have to look at it and say, "Oh yeah, this is we love the way this looks." But if there's missing pieces of art, we have our own team of developer or designers and artists that can work on it. We ask them, hey, do you have any artist friends? Maybe they'd like to do a commission piece. Like Phoenotopia Awakening, that was all done in-house by them, just for it. That's what they wanted to do. Just like the retro editions. And some people say, why don't the retro editions always contain the same things? Well, it's because it's what the developer wants. Then the developer says, I want this. Like, again, going to Phoenotopia, they wanted a chibi keychain. That is what they want. Okay, we will put that in there. And sometimes they don't know what they want, and then we come up with suggestions. And like Cathedral, we went and got the hand-drawn game guide for Cathedral to be put in there, and that came out amazingly. And that's something like he didn't know what he wanted. They're like, we don't know. How about this? Oh, that sounds great. Boom, let's do it. So we're always looking for different things. Mighty Fight Federation has the cards. Has the trading cards.
Yes, yeah.
And they came out really cool. And on the back is one giant image. So you put them all together, you make a giant image.
Like wacky packages.
Yep. Exactly.
I think I had a big Planet of the Grapes, I think is what I had.
Oh yeah, they came out really well. And that's, again, they liked that idea. Oh, cards would be cool. We have all the different fighters. So every game gets its own little spin, depending on what the developer wants.
Well,
But our rules have to fit. Has to
well,
fit.
yeah, right. So, like Jokester, what I'd like to know from some of our folks here, what is your schedule for buying games? I mean, how often do you buy games? It's a tough thing for me. I'm the cheap guy. It's tough for me. I don't buy a ton of games, and but I have a lot of games. I mean, but I know other people. Jeff is much different than I am. He's a big collector. He gets a lot of things. He gets a lot of Japanese stuff. Pete's getting a lot of retro stuff. But Jokester, what kind of stuff? What's your kind of a schedule that you get while we're talking here?
Yeah, everyone has different schedules.
What's up, Barry? While we're waiting on that, what'd you think of the Nintendo Indies Direct?
The one from earlier, the Indie World. I thought it was good. There was some really interesting titles. Some that I was like, the Gumbrella was like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. And then of course at the end,
those by the guys that did Gato Roboto.
Yeah,
I love that game.
That's coming out from Devolver, so I'm like, oh, Special Reserve is doing that one because they work with Devolver. So I'm like, cool, that game's getting a physical. See, for us, it's just about preserving these games. To me, I'm happy to know that a game is getting preserved, and I will absolutely support. We support all the companies, so I was happy to see that. There was some interesting titles. I don't think anything necessarily blew me away. I think Electhead was pretty cool. The crab game looked interesting, although I don't know if he was being serious about there's a chance you could trip, because I just had Smash Brawl memories coming back, and I'm like, did we not learn that is a bad idea? We don't need tripping. We don't need imperfections. Stamina meters I can get, but I don't need a game where it's like suddenly I run for just a minute or two, and now I'm keeping over with cramps, and I've got to wait 10 minutes before I can even move again. Like, I have enough of that in real life.
Yeah, right.
Electhead was the one game that really caught my attention. That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, that one looks like it's going to be a lot.
The guy who loves platformers, that one really caught my attention.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of Box Boy in a sense from Nintendo themselves. That style of, I need to get from point A to B, but it was also a puzzle element. It wasn't just get to point A to B. You had to figure out the puzzle to do it.
What game was that? Was it Dynamite Heady where you threw your head like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so I don't buy every game. I go for titles, genres that interest me, like RPGs, Metroidvania, and retro style. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot of retro style people here, that's for sure.
Well, I think everyone has their own preferred genres.
Yeah.
And I think that's normal. I mean, I love RPGs, that's my genre, but I love Metroidvanias and platformers as well, adventure games. But I think it's fun when a game can capture my attention from a genre I don't normally play.
Oh, sure.
And that's the thing, is when a game captures my attention from a genre. I don't usually play fighting games. I played Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat to death when they came out. I loved them as a kid. But nowadays, it's like I'll play a fighting game. I play fighting games for the story. I'm the weird one, because I'll play through for the story, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't need a million versus matches, because I have other games to play. I'm not, and
I've proven myself.
I proved myself. So it's kind of nice when we're looking at things like Mighty Fight Federation. That game hooked me because I missed Power Stone. Power Stone was one of those where I just kept playing because it was just so much fun, and I got that same thing with Mighty Fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what Mighty Fight is. Mighty Fight is like Power Stone, but it's got all the great characters in it, and it just captivated me. I was like, oh, this is so much fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Toe Jam and Earl and Ukulele and Miriam. I love Bloodstained, so I was like, oh, this is so great. It's so great.
There you guys need some shooters. You need a shmup.
That's something that we're always looking in. I want an RPG. Like, we haven't done an RPG outside of Super Blood Hockey. It's just a matter of everything coming together and the stars aligning. There's so many great games out there. but we want to make sure that there's also enough meat on the bones. You know, if someone said we need a shooter and someone said I got a shmup and you could beat it in 15 minutes and that's the end of the game, you know, it would be really a hard sell at that point. That would be a collection game to me. Like, all right,
Yeah,
well,
like
put that in a collection.
there's
We have a
a
collection.
Japanese developer, Terran Games. His games are in Japan, but they're also here. He's got 3 on the Switch right now, and he's got a 4th coming out.
Oh, interesting.
So there you go, as a collection. Yeah, I agree. It's hard putting a 20-minute game on a cart, but if you got a collection like that, then you got something.
Well, it's also, you know, when you're dealing, we try and pair like things like Sunshine Anthology, which is coming out. You know, it's going to be the 2 games in the Sunshine series, and you know, with with titles like that where we can put games of the same series together. To us, that's a no-brainer. Anytime we can do that. With games like Pigeon Dev, we found it a little harder because when you're dealing with the art direction, because you know you want to make sure the games pop. All those games are different outside of Awesome P1 and 2, but they're very different styles, so the arts clash. So you want to make sure that you can do something really good with the art. And even if you look at the classic series, that was a custom designed art because obviously those games are very, very different. So it's been a challenge for our designer to come up like with a retro box to make it look good because we have all these different genres. So that's the key. It's just about how it can be marketed and done. But if we has the premium stamp on it, we want to make sure that it lives up to that name.
Yeah.
And I would feel terrible if it was like, oh, we're putting out a shmup and you can beat it in 10 minutes and that's it, $50. Like as good as the packaging is, I'd be like, I loved it for 10 minutes and that's it. That's a insanely hard sell. And that I would feel like that wouldn't be, the game should be preserved, but like in a collection kind of deal. That's
right.
Now, if they were cheap, if the carts were $1, maybe, but Switch games are unfortunately, they call it the Switch tax, right? That's why is this game $10 more? It's a Switch tax. That's because the Switch carts are expensive.
Oops, sorry about that. There you go.
Cotton games, yeah. There's
a lot of cotton games on the
Switch.
There's
a lot of cotton games. There's a lot. I have no idea which is which. I just buy them and then I get like multiple versions and I'm like, oh, which one do I have?
Yeah, I've got all those as well. It's I don't know if there was like 5 or 6. It's kind of crazy.
It's insane. There's so many. And I never played them and I was like, I heard good things about them, but it's just like I don't know which one to start with. What do we do? Which one's what?
Yeah, I never played them because they're mainly Japanese.
Japanese, yeah.
And Cotton came out on TurboGrafx, but
there you go.
Buy one.
There's your ultimate compliment for the night.
Yesterday we were doing streaming and they wanted my action figure, and now they want my plush.
They'll be available for Christmas.
We've been talking about possibly doing some merchandising down the road too, like little things. It's right now one of the things we are dealing with is we're switching warehouses. So we're in the middle of transitioning to a new warehouse. So we're having things shipped over and trying to ship out, and we're launching a series. So it's like so much is going on that we're really trying to not bite off too much and tackle.
Yeah, that gets tough. You're trying to figure out, I deal with that with band stuff. You're like, okay, do I jump right in and do things or?
Yeah, and we don't want to do anything poorly. Like we want to make sure that the quality doesn't suffer, that the customers don't suffer.
Cloud gummies, that'd be great. That's a great idea.
In your parade, cloud gummies.
Yes. That's great.
And Barry, what's the name of those the 2 games coming out that are like sequels?
Oh, Camp Sunshine and Sunshine Manor. Those 2 games are getting together with Sunshine Anthology as a 2-pack. They're all together.
Oh,
Airzonk and I'd love that.
I know. I would love that.
My goodness, that'd be awesome.
A physical TurboGrafx collection.
I believe that was all Hudson, which is now Konami.
Yeah.
And Konami doesn't want to do anything with any of their stuff. So I would love to. Konami is notorious for not working with many Americans at all. So
Konami isn't doing much of their stuff, but then they put out the TurboGrafx Mini out of nowhere, which is so bizarre. It's like, I mean, yeah, I love it. I love TurboGrafx, but it's like, of all things for Konami, I just assumed they forgot all about TurboGrafx.
Hey, if you can make money and it's easy. Yeah, Sunshine Anthology does have a Kickstarter version. That was a game that was kickstarted 2 years ago, and it's done. The games are done. They're on Steam. They're just being ported over. So we can't release our versions on the website until we get the go ahead.
Oh,
so
wow.
It doesn't even exist on the Switch, right?
They don't exist right now. No, they're being ported. So we can't even submit anything to lot check because there's no ROMs to submit yet. So now, that being said, that the Sunshine Anthology is getting a deluxe. Jeff has been working on the guide. So there's the manual might be done. A lot of that stuff has already been worked on. So it will be a little faster once we get the go ahead. But it's also one of those, when we get the go ahead that it's ported, we're probably going to wait just a little bit because, sometimes there's bugs or things that aren't caught right away. And we don't want to be like, all right, quickly, it's ported, let's rush it. And then there's a game breaking bug or something that could be patched. You was like, all right, let's leave it a little bit. Let's let some people play test. And if people find bugs, let you know so that we get a better version on the card.
Have you guys ever done that before? Signed a game that isn't already on the Switch currently?
Well, Sunshine was our first.
Yeah.
And we decided we were going to hold off on doing that until Sunshine is out again. So because we don't want to say, hey, we've got like these 10 games and they're still coming. Like we want to make sure that they're going to be there. Now, of course, if there's an amazing game and they say, hey, we want you to do the physical, and it's not out on Switch yet and it's in development, we can still sign it. But it's one of those things where nothing happens unless the game gets done, right? So we're not going to turn down an amazing game, but we also won't be able to put any time that we're going to release it until the game is done and ported and we check it out. So, we can't give any concrete time, but we won't shy away from any great game for sure. We'll always look. There's a game that's not on the Switch that's being ported, we'll absolutely look. If there's a game that's in development, we'll still look, of course. It just has to fit. We want to make sure we want to do our best to put games together to the best of our ability. Like similar style games in a series. But
have you guys ever thought of publishing a game?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually will have a little more about that a little bit later. It's definitely in the cards.
I think that was being hinted at, wasn't it, on the direct?
It was actually hinted at direct. Yes, it was. Yeah, we do some hints in the direct. It's one of those things where you got to listen to the dialogue carefully. We do hint things.
See, I was listening.
You were listening. You just weren't watching. You were listening, but you weren't watching fully.
It was kind of wild. Watching, do you have a copy of The Bits of Yesterday?
The Bits of Yesterday? No, I do not.
Yeah, the movie that Jeff is actually in it.
No, I do not have it.
I picked that up not long ago. It's kind of interesting. It's fun. Yeah, Jeff's in there a few different times.
That doesn't surprise me.
Have you? So you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh. Okay.
No, he hasn't. I haven't even had time to watch a movie. Even if I did have it, right now.
Yeah.
It's well, Pete, see? Thank you, Pete. Yeah, you watched it for 13 minutes. Yeah, it's right now things are so crazy because, launching games, it's a full-time thing on top of not only are we launching Series 4, but we're also shipping we're going to be starting shipping Series 3 here in a week or less. At least, certain orders as they slowly go through with our new warehouse. And then, then we're going to have a bunch of new things, new challenge patches, new unboxings, we got to process it all. There's great guys so far tonight. Is Gym Night, so I've been lurking. Oh, glad we can entertain you while you work out. Thank you for joining.
Mike's getting into shape.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's in shape, I guess. I don't want to say he's getting in shape.
He's keeping in shape.
You're like, I've been working my ass off for a year.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how long.
That's the thing. You gotta get in shape, and then you're like, I'm done, and then you stop, and you go, you got to shape again.
I've had enough of that. I was talking about one of the streams recently. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can buy it I bought it on Amazon.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. And they have, I guess, I don't know. They have it in 21 chapters on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube too?
Yeah. 2018 came out. So
he was jogging while he was in the stream.
Mike was on the show last night. He was jogging.
That's great.
Oh man,
girlish figure. You got to keep it, right? you don't want to lose that girlish figure.
Well, I mean, I don't know what girl are you talking about? I mean, there's a lot of different girls. I mean, if you're looking like Anne Margaret, you're going in the wrong direction. I'll be concerned he's working with hormones. I don't know.
You know, sometimes you really have to be specific after you say things.
Well, it's like, yeah, Dimitri Martin said that one time. He goes, you can say you love kids, just can't be age specific. I'm like, oh my God. One of those things you're like, what? And then when he says it, you're like, oh yeah, wow.
Yeah. That took a dark turn, didn't it?
Yeah, that no good. No good.
Please specify the meaning of your statement.
Fastbacks here.
Hey,
and then rectify yourself.
Yeah. Clarify what you exactly meant.
Oh, and Margaret. Oh my goodness.
Mike, I think what Stuart meant was you're going the wrong direction if you're looking like Anne Margaret, because she was very attractive.
Yeah.
She's a very attractive woman.
Yes.
And that may not be the look you're going for.
Yeah. I don't know.
He wasn't going off on Anne Margaret.
And I'm not, if that's the way you want to go, that's up to you. That's your prerogative. I'm not here to judge.
Own, right?
I'm not here to judge. Sister Mike. I just was looking at pictures of Anne Margaret. That's why she came right to mind.
Boom.
You know, because you hear the stories about when they did Viva Las Vegas, and they're like, oh, he was, Elvis and she were having this. I'm like, oh, come on. I mean, they're like two of the most gorgeous individuals in the celebrities, and they're hanging out together, making a movie, working real tight with each other. Just, I mean, things are going to happen. What do you think?
That happens a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's like that stupid rag mag thing where it's like Ronald Reagan wanted to marry Doris Day. I've said it before on the show. Who didn't? If you love that girl next door gal, she was the gal. She was all over the place.
Whenever you work with somebody and you build that close relationship, I mean, that thing's going to happen.
Yeah.
You see it all the time. That happens in real life. It happens in movies. I mean, that's
absolutely
nothing.
I remember seeing her in Magic, right? Magic with Anthony Hopkins, where he was playing he did the dummy.
That's a long time ago. I saw.
Yeah, it was like 1978, I think, or something like that.
Hello, Relic Gamer. What's up? Bringing it back to the 90s.
So, Barry, have you picked up any interesting Switch games lately? You do many imports?
I get every import that's in English that doesn't get a US release.
Good Lord, you guys are the same.
Did you get Pocky and Rocky?
I did not, because it's getting a US release. So I'm waiting for the US release.
But the Japanese release is actually uncensored, and it has English.
I don't care about that. If the US release doesn't.
I don't care about that.
It's the way they meant it to be.
I mean, it's got like one change line or whatever. Like, I don't care. Hey, Stashnet.
Stasha.
Stasha came back. That's a good sign.
That's a good thing. Oh yeah, and I got to remember to say something at the end of the show. I don't want to jump in the middle of this. Barry will be like, "What the hell are you doing? Shut the hell up!"
So confused.
Yeah, you'll be like,
confused anyways.
What the hell is this?
What? Wait, it ends in Y, right? Today's the day that ends in Y. works.
Yeah, I'm all right. Hey, all right.
Everything checks out.
It's been a bad week for me. I can't,
man,
I can't keep my brain straight.
I'm sorry. Hopefully the second half of the week goes better.
Yeah, you and me both. I hope so, especially this weekend. I'm playing down at Comic-Con, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, my new band got booked down there, so we're gonna play an hour set every day.
I'm sorry that you have to spend your night with me. That can't make your week any better.
Oh no! See, you're helping me stay positive, stay on track.
Do I collect vinyls? Born Distracted asked. No, I have 2 vinyls. I have the Mega Man vinyl, and I've got the Xenoblade Chronicles 1 vinyl, and that's it. I'm more of a CD man, and the reason is vinyls take up a lot of room, and so do video games. And
Yeah.
I would prefer to have the video games and the systems through the vinyls. I know plenty of vinyl collectors. I've sold some game vinyls that I got in like collector's editions just due to space. But Xenoblade and Mega Man are special to me, so I kept them.
I need to see about having these guys on Hammer Away, but have you ever heard of Proto Men?
Yes, I have heard of the Proto Men.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to say that's Mega Man right there.
No, this is like the official one that Capcom put out. This isn't like a.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
no,
I love that Proto Man thing where the band wrote the whole Mega Man, that kind of an adult style story.
Oh no, I love when people do like their own versions, their own spins on different game things. They just released a Donkey Kong ska album I was listening to the other night. That's really good. Donkey Kong Country ska album.
Really?
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I love things like Hero of Time. Was a great Zelda fan album. There's so many of them. It just shows the passion that people have for this hobby. Video games. It's enormous.
I think it's a great way for people to be able to relate to other people, something that they love without sitting there going, so in the game, and then, 5 minutes later, the other person's just freaking lost and they're, right? Cool. Awesome.
Well, I think you're going to get that no matter what. Like, even if you did play music for say like, oh, have you heard Final Fantasy music? Final Fantasy music, beautiful. Have you played the games? Like, no. Well, let me put on some tracks, and you put on a track like Crystal Theme or Fanfare or Terra's Theme or whatever. That may say this is beautiful music, I love it, but it's not necessarily going to get them into the game. They'll be like, oh, I just like the soundtrack. So I think it's great when people can appreciate that. And like my father, he's an older timer, so he's like, oh, video games, they have soundtracks. I'm like, yeah, like some beautiful I played him some game music. He's like, that's for a video game? I'm like, yeah. Like, what are you talking about? It's not bleeps and bloops anymore, Dad. We're past that stage. We got orchestras.
Yeah, I could just see that somebody talking about, your nephew, the bleeps and bloops guy. He does all that video game stuff. It's a little more than that. Whatever. Yeah, like the Uncharted series. I love the music from that.
And great themes. Absolutely.
It's
when music can elevate a game so much when used properly. And when it's not too loud. I hate when they put a music in and it's like it overpowers the dialogue, and it's just like, oh my god, the music's nice, but I want to hear what's going on. And there's some games out there that just do it so well. Party Bomb, the soundtrack. Yeah, there you go. That's right, Brian.
Somebody out there is listening to that while they work.
Yeah, you know what? And there's nothing wrong with that.
There is not.
It might bring them back to childhood or her back to childhood.
Or it may really focus them.
Born Distracted. Yes, that is a Commodore 64 Mini back there.
Nice.
There's that same student I was talking about today, that they know all about stuff and about old games. I said, is there something that you've seen on a video? Now, so this student is maybe, I don't know, 14, 15.
Okay.
And I said, is there something, because they watch YouTube constantly. and this certain student loves to watch retro stuff.
Nice.
And like I say, he wore his Nintendo 64 shirt today. And I said, is there a toy or something that you've seen a video that isn't available anymore that you wish you could have played or wish you could play? And the one thing that he mentioned was the Odyssey.
The Odyssey 1?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I mean, for the historical sake of the Odyssey, it's a fantastic system for what it did. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Odyssey 1, it's not exactly. I mean, they had no graphics. You had a color form. You had to put on the TV.
Yeah.
They didn't mean Odyssey 2?
Maybe meant Odyssey 2. I don't know.
Maybe Odyssey 2.
Yeah,
Odyssey 1 is because nobody knows what Odyssey is. That's.
I'll have to ask him about it.
I mean, the Odyssey was just like very, very beyond basic games, and you needed to have the layover.
I'll double check with him tomorrow and find out.
Yeah, I was just playing.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's kind of cool.
Crazy Chase on Odyssey 2. It's a great game.
Yeah, Odyssey 2 had board games. I mean, they were really.
Yeah, they did. It's crazy.
Yeah, Odyssey 2, I could see, and you still always play it, but the Odyssey 1, the only reason to play an Odyssey 1 right now is to be able to say I played the first console that had interchangeable carts. And that's the only reason to do. I got it, and then that's it. There's really, you're not going to get much enjoyment out of after 3 to 5 minutes after the novelty of playing the Odyssey. So.
Like the Pong soundtrack.
Yeah.
The Pong soundtrack is better than Clinko's Mousetrap on television, let me tell you. That is mind-numbing. That is awful. Yeah, E's book 1 and 2 on TurboGrafx was great.
All of E's music is great. I stand by the statement that Falcom is the absolute best developer that nobody is playing. Their games are top tier, beyond top tier. Falcom is amazing. One game that I think does music one of the best I've seen was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That soundtrack is not only gorgeous, but they use it so well. Final Fantasy 14 does a great job with music too. If you've never played that. I've got the first handheld console with interchangeable Nice Relic game. I'm assuming you're talking about the Microvision, or are you talking about ones without the actual screen in there, which would be the Entic Selecta game? Which one?
See, that's why I thought, I'm going to put this up here because there might be a question as to whether.
Yeah, absolutely. Born Distracted, do I have a favorite old school game system? I would say
Odyssey.
See, I have a couple.
Love those overlays.
While I love the Super Nintendo, I was a Super Nintendo over Genesis guy. I love the Super Nintendo for its RPGs, but I would have to go. The NES still holds a spot in my heart, but I grew up on Atari 8-bit and Commodore 128, and while those games are simple, there's just something to them, and it's that they're really special to me, even though I don't play them nearly as much as I would like to. They're my childhood, and yay, Microvision! There we go.
I always wanted a Microvision as a kid.
Milton Bradley Microvision. That was 1978.
It was the 70s.
First console with interchangeable carts, but it also had the screens on the cart. And those screens now, most of them don't work anymore. Like the
I didn't know that because I never actually played one. I only saw them on, in the store. The screens.
I can't hear Jeff now.
What?
Really? I can't.
Can anyone hear me? Can you hear me
now?
I can hear you.
Or Stu.
What?
Uh-oh. Can anyone?
Why can't I hear you guys? What did you do, Jeff?
Can anybody hear? Can everybody out there hear us?
I think they can hear me, but I can't hear them.
Oh, that's so weird.
That is weird. 'Cause I can hear everybody.
I can hear everybody.
Maybe my mic died. Let me see.
Yeah.
No, I changed the speakers and I can't hear.
Huh.
You can't hear us, huh?
I don't know what. It's not my headset. I'm not even using my headset now.
I'm done.
I'm using speakers. How did you do?
Do you want me just to type that?
Well, Jokes are, I can't hear all of you.
He can't.
Wait, who
What?
can't you hear?
Yeah, so
What?
everyone can hear everybody, but I can't. I don't know if you guys can hear everybody, but I'm the only one. That is weird.
Jokester
I'm gonna
says
try.
I can.
Let me try leaving and coming back in with that. You think that would work? Yeah.
Good.
Hand motions, sign language, the podcast. At least you could hear me, so that's a fun thing. So let me try leaving and coming back. I'll be right.
Or distracting. Yeah, being poor prevents you from a lot of things, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it tends to do that. It tends to do that. You know, I'm eager to check out this show now afterwards and see if we're just talking to ourselves.
Relic. Yep. Relic has a working microvision.
I hear you.
What?
Oh.
You hear us now?
I hear
Yeah.
you.
I don't know what
Okay.
happened. That's weird.
I don't know. That was weird. I was like, why is it so quiet all of a sudden?
Solar flare.
There you go.
Relic Gamer has a microvision with backlight.
Oh, the updated, yeah.
Oh,
That makes sense. I'm talking like the like untouched one. Technology.
Damn you, Papa Pete.
It's all
Nice,
Pete's
Miller.
fault.
look. He at the very beginning said, "Oh my God, that is one freaking awesome looking glass cabinet
Oh,
behind me."
stop.
And Relic Gamer said, "Oh man, that glass case still remains. Jeff is winning."
I'm going to take a sledgehammer to it.
Barry, that case came with their new house.
I like that case.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Not the stuff, just the case.
Well, I know that, but I like the case. Case is nice. I was gonna ask you where you got it.
It's pretty bitchin', isn't it?
Yeah,
Came with the house.
The guy who lived here, he had this filled with
Model airplanes.
model airplanes. He had like a whole thing downstairs built where he's building these airplanes.
Was
Actually,
he
they're pretty
married?
Cool. Huh?
Was he married?
He was.
Okay.
But
I wonder
then
if she
they're
liked
both
it.
died now.
Oh, wow.
Well, he died before her, but they're still here. So
I'm going to bury him in that. Those babies.
on which shelf?
On which?
I'm going to make sure you get in all those shelves.
Jeff, she's gonna cut you up, and your arm will be in one shelf, and your torso in another.
I can do it too.
The funny thing, we know why they left it, because I tried putting it in like a bedroom that was going to be my office, and this thing can't fit through any doors.
Oh no!
We should have measured it before we hauled it down the hallway, but
I can take it apart. It won't be hard.
we're fine.
You know it's going to end up like a leg lamp.
Ralphie.
Brian, that's where the head will be on the top shelf.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? They say sometimes you can be a trophy husband. This time you literally will be a trophy husband.
In someone else's house.
You'll be like Meatloaf on
Ain't
Rocky
this-
But
Horror.
this thing,
here.
I'm telling you, it's not going to stay here. I'll have them lift the attic, the ceiling.
We already took a vote. It's staying. Lady Ventress is here.
Should I like you want me to like take a sledgehammer to it while you're
He used up all the glue on purpose.
On purpose.
on a Wednesday? I'll do it. You can.
That was the line I almost threw out there.
On the very top is my Japanese modded Saturn.
Nice.
Little switch.
Oh, little switch.
I'm gonna auction it off. The whole case with you
Oh,
in it,
with
With
everything
Jeff.
in it.
with Jeff in it.
How much?
We'll start the bidding now.
We'll start the bidding. Why wait?
$5, but Jeff has to be alive. I don't want him in pieces.
What if I put him on ice?
No.
No many pieces. Barry's gonna lose a customer. Pete said it is unanimous.
Oh, this is gonna get interesting fast.
Next week we'll do a poll. We'll leave it up to the whole show.
I think it's unanimous that we all want you to keep it because it looks great.
You might end up in a poll.
Well, you can't see the stuff with the last two shelves though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to elevate that.
That's true. Look, I got room up top if we lifted it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
You know what? I think
over.
we need a case behind you too.
Yeah, put one over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
maybe
you
instead
buy-
of getting rid of this one, we get a second one.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Hey.
Add to it.
I got pallets at work. I can bring those. You could just put it up on a few pallets.
There you go.
That would look classic.
Lance says happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Happy belated
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, we're almost done, so you might want to get that Dairy Queen cake out to let it thaw out.
I got 1,000 for Jeff alive. He can have the
I'll be over.
1,000. Oh, he beat my $5.
I'm glad Brosa wants me alive. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little museum. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's like a little museum.
But my favorite part is the electronic handheld stuff. Those are awesome. I love those.
Jeff, if you want to know, I have something very similar right to my side here. So you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with it. You should keep that.
We're going to need you to send us a photo of that.
I'll
Or
do it
you
real
can do
quick.
that.
See?
Oh, look at that.
See, I got stuff right there. See? So right there. I have it. You have it. Very cool. You're not alone.
I am glassless. I'm just going to make something up. And just...
Papa Pete's searching the St. Louis Facebook buy and sell groups for glass display cases right now.
There you go. Papa Pete's looking.
Yeah, I should do that.
Pete says happy birthday, and he's going to get you another glass case.
Happy birthday. Another glass case.
A video game aquarium. Just made up a new word.
Just add water.
Just add water. That's like instant water. Just
Yeah, you can have sea monkeys in there.
Remember we were talking about before the water games, like the basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We should have put sea monkeys in those.
Oh,
that would really been cool.
They'd be dodging all the rings.
God, could you imagine the torture you would do for them? That would be the worst form of life, right?
I smell an indie game.
I'm a sea monkey trapped in a bubble basketball game.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He's on fire. Yeah, bite me.
Yeah, literally just swimming along and a ring just hits you in the back of the head.
In slow motion too. It all looks like slow motion. It's like a Rocky film. Oh my god. Ding ding.
Oh, that's great.
Well, Barry's been an hour and a half already.
Yeah, I know. Look at this. We're
Thank
having
you
a
for
good
being
time.
on again. Like I said, you've got the GoGameGo record now.
Tell Papa
I'll
Pete
take
I
it.
am not going to answer any of his Facebook.
Aww.
Lady Ventress.
Oh, Lady Ventress. Great character.
Papa Pete's got himself boosted, ousted from your wife's communiques. That's it. He's gone.
So your Series 4 is on it's pre-order right now.
Right now, up until June 10th,
Through June 10th.
premiumeditiongames.com. You have Wonderling DX and Rain Your Parade, the standards and the retros. The retros are limited to 500, so make sure to get them in. If you pre-order on our webpage, we will give you the dog tag for free as our way of saying thank you. And hopefully you enjoy these games. Wonderling DX does have a demo, so try it out if you're curious.
Yes.
And stay tuned down the road and later this summer for the Classic Series and Series 5 after that. Stay tuned for a second chance sale in June for Series 3 and some Series 1 and 2 titles like Robot Deluxe. Coming soon. And make sure to sign up for our newsletter and follow us on all our social medias, Premium Edition Games or at Premium Edition 1.
Will we have a heads up on the second chance stuff?
Yes. So we will definitely do a newsletter post, and we will also post it on social media and in Discord to let everybody know. So if you aren't already in some way, some line to get communication, make sure you do that so you do not miss out. And people are starting to get the Robot Deluxes now. I don't even have one. I can't even show it to you. Mine is not here yet. They look amazing. Like this. They really raised the bar when they put that one together. Just a phenomenal job.
So just to remind everybody too, if you want, for everybody who's joined us a little later, be sure to go to premiumeditiongames.com. Go scroll all the way to the bottom of the homepage. You can subscribe to the newsletter. You will get all the news right there. Get your email address in, and then you also have these other social media pieces as Barry just mentioned. So
Yeah, we try and be everywhere. We try and be transparent. Jeff just entered the Premium Edition Games Discord live on
Yes,
camera.
Ta-da!
I just got the notification.
Oh man!
Thank you very much, Kurt.
Kevin Wallace is buy from
Thank you,
Premium
Kevin.
Games. Awesome people. Yes,
Listen to the people. Listen to the people. It's not, don't buy just from us. Just for us. It's for the developers. The developers do a really great job, and we're proud to bring these games out. Watch for that second chance sale, Pete. Yes. Next month. It'll be after the 10th. Sometime after the 10th. And that NES cart. It's not an NES cart. It's a Switch game. Switch cart that contains 10 aftermarket NES titles, but it is a Switch game. So it's not a physical NES cart for your NES.
Very cool.
How many subscribers do you have now to your newsletter?
A lot. There's a lot to the newsletter, and it's growing every single week because we have teams that are always at cons, and we're always, telling people there, hey, sign up, and we're telling people, emails and social media, and just like, hey, make sure to sign up because, you want to make sure that you get the information. I mean, that's just the best. Yeah. Yes, Jokester does run a Facebook fan group for us, which is awesome. And thank you very much,
cool.
Jokester. So you can find that as well. You can find that as well on Facebook, in addition to the official Premium Edition Facebook page.
Well, you should have me in there too. I just signed up as well. So,
Stuart, I'm thinking we should start a GoGameGo newsletter.
Yes. Well,
what'd you say, Jeff?
We should start a GoGameGo newsletter.
We should.
You could. Absolutely.
What
you can give updates on what you're doing.
We'll just get their newsletter, and then we'll just kind of go over the top, and we'll just, Why reinvent the wheel?
You're welcome to piggyback on us. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're all friends here.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you on each newsletter. Thank you for the layout.
We appreciate.
All right. Papa Pete gave us the Go Game Gone, so I guess it's time to go.
Oh no.
You always listen to Pete.
Damn you, Pete.
All right. Thanks a lot, Barry. We'll we give weekly highlights on what's in the space.
Weekly highlights. Yes.
How to take it apart.
We can do a poll how long before the case is taken apart.
Relic Gamer just signed up.
Oh, thank you, Relic.
There
Appreciate
you go.
it very much.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for joining. Another great show.
Yeah, Barry, and from me, and also Jeff, again, thank you. That's great information, great games, great stuff. Can't wait to see it.
Thank you for having me again, and thank you for everybody for watching.
If you talk to Jeff tomorrow, tell him hello.
I will.
Cool. And I'm going to have him autograph. Whenever we meet up, I'll have him autograph my movie.
You should.
Got to do that.
He's a movie star.
He is. He's a rock star, too.
He is.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.